Before beginning the book, I flipped the pages, pausing to read aloud a passage here and there. In a few minutes I was repeating familiar words, the prayer that the Lady of Pluto had spoken. The Brotherhood of the White Temple was founded by M. Doriel and established in Sedalia, Colorado. It is a channel of the Masters in direct connection with the Great White Lodge, being chosen as one of the paths through which sincere, selfless seekers, willing to dedicate their lives to the service of mankind, may prepare themselves for the coming of the new spiritual world teacher, the incarnation of the Christ consciousness. In continuing, I will add as an explanation that the two sisters, one a representative of the planet Pluto and the other of the planet Jupiter, are what we would refer to in rank as captains, although they render other services besides piloting a ship. I questioned the captain or Lady of Pluto, "Is it true that women are captains on all the spaceships?" To which she answered, "We do not have classification in ranks as your people do. No captains, no colonels, lieutenants, or generals, etc. We are all equal. All are respected alike, no matter what services they perform. Our attainments and capabilities vary. Some brothers are in charge of ships, and some sisters according to their advancement in spiritual growth." I rejoined with another question. "Do you have maids and servants?" And she replied, "There are some who like to render service in the homes of others, but do not remain in the same home indefinitely. What you refer to as labor, we undertake lovingly. Our people all rule their planet together for the common good of all, each playing his essential role. All have freedom of choice, and all have the opportunity to visit other planets." As a brother told me during an earlier meeting, on our planet we do a job, we do it well. We do not have to go back and do it over again. Have we of Earth achieved the ability to do things right the first time? Everybody knows that the first automobile, the first airplane, the first radio, as well as the first mousetrap, were not built right. Surely we must question the nuclear fission research experiments. Man might at least do better than to allow so much human intelligence to go generally to waste. This was January 1955, and the Lady of Pluto's next disclosure smote me with astonishment. There is a small planet that has moved from its normal orbit and is circling closer to the Earth. There may be many strange feelings. Do not become alarmed. It will be handled dexterously. The most critical conditions are yet to come upon Earth. There will be many changes in many ways. She continued, briefly explaining that by their knowledge of working with and by natural and spiritual law, this planet would be regulated and kept safely on its course, unless it should become too unbalanced through natural process, in which event they would not intercede with nature's operations. The laws of nature would hold sway, governing its activity. Our brothers will not set aside any workings of law, but only harmonize their purpose to that working. Natural law shares in the preservation of balance, and to attempt to divert natural law results in instant manifestation. They know there can be no violation of natural material law or spiritual law. If an ordered existence is to be expected, there must be a perfect balance and harmony established and maintained. To my knowledge, no mention was made publicly at the time of this planetoid's minor declination, except by a TV program, and according to this program, such an occurrence was apparently expected sometime in the near future. The first printed news brought to my attention much later was a short item published in the Los Angeles Times newspaper, dated November the 26th, 1956, in which it was stated to be a tiny asteroid that was expected to collide with the Earth in '69, and that it is much closer to the Earth than any other heavenly body except the Moon. Our brothers indisputably maintain that our astronomical findings are miscalculated as to distance, size, and atmospheric conditions of other bodies in space, and the theory of collision is also erroneous. They assert there is no human life existent on the planetoid, and that our scientists are unaware of the innumerable heavenly bodies within our solar system, as they have not as yet explored it with any certainty. They concluded that we need not be concerned with any collision. There are far more serious matters at hand to consider and cope with. It is my hypothesis that our astronomers were not aware of this so-called asteroid moving toward the Earth's orbit in the early 1955. Or if they did detect it, it was off its usual course. They certainly did not suspect it was under control. Won't you take a moment to lift your eyes and gaze out into the wild blue yonder of space? Are you not awestruck with the wonder of still being here? Let us give thanks to the guardians of space, the guardians of Earth. How little we know, how little we appreciate them. Our neighbors. Our brothers and sisters from other worlds. Scientists miscalculate distances because they do not understand the different dimensions of space. The many stars we see are not as far distant as our astronomers theorize. It is because we see their reflections through angled space dimensions that they appear to be distant. For instance, the Sun is much closer than 93 million miles, being several millions of miles less in distance from the Earth. All stars do not have planets surrounding them, but since there are an immense number of stars, if only 1 in 100,000 had planets revolving around it, there would still be an unthinkable number. Second-dimensional channels connect every star with every other star. These channels blend with the 8 dimensions of each, as well as interpenetrating the 9th dimension of space between planets and stars. To explore the limitations of space, we must follow the lines of extension, or second-dimensional passages. Through space dimensions, though space dimension is but one extension, this extension is endless, unlimited, and of several dimensions within itself, interpenetrating each other. These different dimensional planes are not strata or layers one above the other, but are octaves of vibration, yet interpenetrating each other in every point of space. A plane of being is not a place, but a state of being. It may be difficult to conceive of more than one manifestation occupying the same point of space at the same time. Students of physics know that any point in space may contain vibration of light, gas, heat, electricity, magnetism, and other more subtle energies. Every color is contained in rays of sunlight, and these rays can be separated into their component parts. Light passes through window glass, yet both occupy the same space and are separated by rates of vibration, so that one does not affect the other. Though space is invisible, it is filled with waves of energy and electrified dust particles, moving within space and natural forms of different densities activated by the ether waves. Ether of space has always been in dispute among scientists, being little understood. The basic substance of ether is cosmic dust, from which electrons are builded, and from which all things are created. All planets are born and formed out of the electrified dust particles of space. Energy and light are inseparable. Light can be said to flow through all space, thrown off by the sun at high velocity particles at varying speeds. The natural ether acts upon these particles like the transformer that reduces the voltage of electricity. If the mighty energy of the sun were poured forth, reaching the earth unchecked, destruction would be inevitable. The sun is the positive polarity of this system, and it is a center of energy constantly radiating through space, carrying particles of